Tony, what would you like to say to people about who you are and what you want them to know about you?
Well, I love people and I love to help other people that have a disability too, but I also like to help other people that doesn't realize that we're out here too. We're just trying to live a life just like anybody else that don't have a disability.
Right.
So I try to educate everybody, whether
Right.
they have a disability or not,
Right.
that we're people too.
Yeah.
And we're trying to live life just like anybody else. I like bowling, going to church,
Mm-hmm.
being able to interact with other people, and going out to doing different things.
And you actually participate in the dunking in the cold water for Special
The
Olympics?
polar plunge, yes.
Yeah, the polar plunge.
Uh-huh.
I kind of heard you scream this last time when they dunked you. That was cold, wasn't it?
That was like not last year, year before that.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
How long have you been associated with Link?
If I can remember right, 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
Might be longer than that.
Okay. And since that time, what kind of services do you get from Link, or have you had from Link?
Well, trying to help me with my Social Security,
Mm-hmm.
with my wheelchairs a couple times.
You took part in their advocacy training, didn't you?
Yes,
And that was something that you really enjoyed.
yes.
What would you like to tell people about Link?
Well, Link, they're a real good organization, and they work so hard to try to help to get senior citizens, people out, and people with disabilities out into the community the best way they can.
From nursing homes?
And nursing homes and whatever they can try to do for anybody. It's not just for people with just other disabilities, with cerebral palsy. They work with all kind of people with disabilities,
Right.
elderly and
Right.
senior citizens.
You were in an institution for a while, right?
Yes, I was in Centralia, Illinois, from I think it was 74 until 79, or
Yeah.
72 until 79, something like that.
What is the difference between living in an institution and or having a place like you've got of your own now?
Well, living in an institution, you pretty much have to do what they tell you to do, what time to go to bed and what time to get up. But when you're on your own, you're able to pretty much do what you want to,
Yeah.
and kind of prove to yourself that you can make it on your own.
Right.
Because a lot of people have told me before I even got on my own that I couldn't do it.
Right.
And so so I had to prove to myself that I could make it on my own.
Yeah.
To be able to help in order for me to be able to help somebody else, I had to try to help myself first.
Sure.
So I had to prove to myself that I can do it. And my mother is the most important person. She's no longer with me now, but she was the most important person in my life because she always said that I could do it, but within myself, I always thought sometime I couldn't.
Right. Right.
But she was my greatest supporter
Yeah.
of my life. But at some points of my life, I didn't always realize that until later on.
Right. So what's the best things about getting to live in your apartment? Because you've been there quite a while now.
About almost 14 years.
Yeah.
Just being able to go and come when you want to.
Yep.
Being able to be able to meet other people.